Welcome everyone. Today is, for me, Friday, January 5th. For many of you, it will be Thursday, January 4th. This is the first SIG etcd triage meeting for 2024. So wishing everyone a happy new year. My name is James. I'm an etcd reviewer and co-chair for SIG etcd. And before I kind of dive into the session, I was just going to check, did anyone else have a burning desire to run the session today? Otherwise, I certainly can, but I thought I would ask. No, it looks like all good, so we can dive into it. We have a bit of a list of issues in the Google Doc team, and just to recap, there's a shared Google Doc. I can grab the link and put that in the chat. Anyone that is subscribed to the etcd dev Google Groups mailing list will be able to edit that document. So that link is in the chat now. So what we normally do during this session, for anyone that's new to the triage sessions, is we go through both issues and pull requests that relate to the etcd Kubernetes special interest group. We'll start with the Kubernetes repo issues and PRs, and then go through etcd, main repository, have a look at the website, and have a look at bvault as well. We've got about 25 minutes, so we'll just dive into it and get underway. So, looking at Kubernetes PRs first. Nothing that needs triage, which is good. We've got 3 older PRs that I've just re-added the looks good to me LGTM label to this morning to update Kubernetes 126, 127, and 128 branches to etcd 3.5.10, and the Kubernetes main branch is going to etcd 3.5.11 with an open PR, but those are all in flight, and I don't think we need to do anything there. Looking at issues, if we have a quick look, I think everything here, yeah, is triage accepted, so it's under control, I believe. I think we're waiting for information on this more recent one from end of last year. Yeah, we are, so that's all good. Okay, moving forward to etcd main repo. And I went on a bit of a hunt this morning, team, and I found a bunch of things that I think we can possibly just close and tidy up. Remember, the goal of this session is to try and reduce some of the load on maintainers and see what we can sort of take care of and address to make it easier for them. So first one here, we've got an old draft PR that Marika's raised back in June. This was, I'm pretty sure, just a trigger kind of PR to test, to run the robustness suite and test some changes. So I'm going to vote we close this down. Unless there's any objections, but it should be all good. Benjamin, you may have seen this one before, possibly, but I'm pretty sure we can just close it.
I haven't seen this PR before, but yeah, I suggest you leave a comments. We can close tomorrow if there's no response to Marek.
Sounds good. Done. Okay, next one. Okay, so we have briefly discussed this one a few sessions back last year. This is a proposal to add a more meaningful error for the robustness tests if you haven't run make go fail enable previously. But it's actually been superseded now. There was another PR from another contributor that did actually address this, and you get a nice friendly error message now when you try and run make robustness, test robustness without having go fail enable. So I'm pretty sure we can just close this.
Yeah.
Mofi, I think you were looking at this. Yeah.
I suggest close this one.
It's been superseded by, what is this one, 16698. Cool. Okay, so that one's tidied up. That's good. Next up, do we have Han on the call?
Yeah, I believe we can close this one because it's already done in other PRs. We can close
Yes,
this one.
and I think we've got Xian in the room. Yeah, so this was the original concept for LiveZ Ready Z from Han. Let's just close this one down, I think.
Yeah, Suyuan is here. She said this one is done. Yeah, let's close this, and Suyuan, you can add like the merged PRs in this context.
That's been superseded by the work from Xian. Okay. Awesome. Next up, I think we have another old work in progress. Yeah, so this was a PR that wasn't for formal review or to be merged. It was just trying to reproduce an issue.
This is a PR for the V2 application, so let me take care of this offline.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to provide our plan for how to continue the V2 application, the task. After we need to clean up all the draft PR and then probably release new PR based on all the PR. Anyway, we need to provide a plan in the first step.
Okay. So we'll just have a note to say we did discuss it during SIG etcd triage. And Benjamin will check that. Okay, cool.
Just one more comment. V2 aggregation is an important feature, important change in 3.6. If anyone is interested, please reach out. We can work together to get this finished.
This is like actual bonus mentorship program. Thank you, Benjamin.
Yeah, majority of the work have already been done. We have some remaining minor change, but important change. We also need to work on the documentation. The most important document is to the upgrade from the 3.5 to 3.6. What's the tips we need to clarify to for the upgrades? Anyway, the documentation is very important.
Thanks, team. So anyone that is keen to explore that a bit further or chat about that, feel free to reach out to Benjamin on Kubernetes Slack, I would suggest, and start talking through. Yeah. Okay. That's that one. So on to some issues for the etcd main repo. First up, we've got some test-related issues. So this was one that was previously attempted, and there was some work done, just wasn't quite ready to merge. So this is the PR that kind of went along with the issue. It's assigned to someone now, but there's been no work on it since, well, for a long time. So I would suggest we unassign the previous assignee, and this is a call for volunteers. So if anyone would like to have a look through the previous attempt at addressing this and the feedback on that, and they could start incrementally raising some changes to tackle it.
Yeah, actually, we have a feature to suggest to automatically promote a learner member to a world team member. We have feature. Before we work on that feature, we need to add test to make sure we don't break anything. We don't introduce any regression. Yeah, this is important for the feature.
Yeah.
Mustafa, you have a hand. Are you interested in taking this over?
Yeah, actually, I don't think this feature is a priority right now in the etcd community, but I see in the Kubernetes community, there's some interest on this feature. So probably we need to get feedback from the Kubernetes community, whether or not this is high priority from the Kubernetes perspective.
Yeah, can we get to Mustafa? You have a hand?
Yeah, we can discuss offline. Mustafa is working on the boat right now.
Oh, okay. He was muted. I don't know if he want to say something. Okay.
Mustafa, do you have anything to say? I guess not.
Okay, all good. So, team, just know that that's there. I've removed the old assignee. It's one of the help wanted issues. If someone does want to explore it a bit further, the invitation is absolutely there. Next up, let's have a look. Another issue. Okay, all right. This is a PR I think we should just follow up on. It's an older one. If we jump through to the linked PR, sorry, this is the PR itself. There's an issue for it. It was so very close to merge. So we had 2 reviewers and
Wow.
and 1 maintainer approval. And I think it just needs a rebase. So I was just going to quickly ask, like follow up and get that hopefully resolved again. Benjamin, do you think we should still be pursuing this?
Yeah, anyway, that's what we basically triage in the first step. We'll take a look online. Take a second look.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because it was very close to merge, so it'd be nice to tidy it up. Yeah, okay, we'll have a look at that. Next one. Okay, so this relates to the previous pull request, the earlier pull request we were looking at for the validation message for the robustness tests if you hadn't run make go fail enable before attempting to run them. So that error message is now in there. It's good. But when Murphy was sort of exploring this a bit further, we found that the robustness tests that relied on go fail would skip unless yeah, I think they would always skip if make go fail enable hadn't been run, which was a little unexpected. And during a like CI environment, you potentially definitely want to fail rather than just skip. So there was a bit of discussion on implementing a new flag to control that behavior, and I think that's why this issue is still open. So an invitation. Murphy, you were looking at this previously, might be something you wanted to look at, or another contributor.
Yeah, one more comment for this. Actually, we have similar feature on the BoatDB community recently. There's a easy approach to check whether or not the binary is built with the go fail point. There's an easy solution. I'm looking the PR right now. Just give me probably 2 seconds. Let me.
Yeah,
there's an easy solution. Yeah, just easy solution to check whether or not the boundary is built with go fail point. But I can't find the PR right now. Yeah, I will set the link later. Yeah, you can continue.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the pull request, so I can link to that. So discussed during get CD triage meeting. Do you think we should be checking in with Merrick on if he wants to pursue the enforced failure in this situation? Like it was a bit of a suggestion in there. So CI should have a way to ensure that we run all tests, for example, a flag, skip, go fail, true, false, that sort of thing. Or we could do a similar approach that Bbolt recently introduced around checking, explicitly checking that it is enabled, and you could fail the workflow potentially. What do we think, team? Can we get to the bottom of this?
If we are not sure, maybe I can ping Merrick about it or CC him.
Yeah, please feel free to pin the Merrick.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, Merritt, can you add some more context here on what the desired next step is? Okay, cool. Next up, last issue for etcd. Oh no, we've covered that one, cool. So onto the website. We've got a few here. Alrighty, this one, it looks like the original issue was sort of resolved. The Razor was looking for some more information, and Benjamin sent them exactly where they needed to go, which is awesome. The issue is, or the question is, do we want to put some of this information onto the website?
Yeah, actually, we already have similar diagram. You know, I recall the engineer from the Amazon provided us very beautiful diagram.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did
So,
we
you
actually
know,
end up putting those on the website?
no, from in the LCD report, I recall.
Yeah. I remember it too. So they're under documentation now, were they? So documentation, diagrams. Yeah, these ones here.
Yeah.
Mm.
But you
Yeah.
know, but the diagram is a little high level against compared to my diagram. My diagram is a little detail oriented.
Yes. So we've got these diagrams that sort of they're out there. I mean, this is in Benjamin in your repo. We've got these ones that are on the etcd main repo, but they aren't necessarily discoverable. It's sort of like, I can understand why this person sort of raised this issue, is because it's sort of hard to find some of this info. Should we make a new page as part of the etcd, like in the learning section on the website or something, which just kind of references these diagrams? Bogdan, you've got your hand up.
Yeah, I think I just want to say that if they put them there, they have to be updated, right? Like the more detail, then it probably will get obsolete at some point. But I don't know. I guess my question is, what is the goal of putting the diagrams? I think it's nice to have them, but if it's just for people to learn the code, then probably the best way to learn the code is just to look at it, you know, try to understand it. But and you know. Yeah, I guess my question is, what is really the goal of putting the diagram in a documentation? Because one problem is if it's too detailed, it have to be updated every time. So there's work.
It's a balancing act for sure. I think it's probably one of the, when I talk to people that are interested in contributing to etcd and they want to start kind of digging into it beyond sort of superficial issues, I think it's probably one of the most common questions I get is like, what can I go and read? What can I go and look at? What can I go and kind of, and obviously you can say like, hey, just go read the code base, but it's, I don't know, it is nice to have some of these additional resources that people
Maybe
can
we
refer
can
to.
put it and just put a date and then just mention that this was the last update, and then you know it's up to you to verify if something's changed. Then
yeah, so the section I'm talking about would be under learning. And yeah, if we can kind of just say, hey, these were created as at or accurate as at. Okay, I'm going to put a suggestion in, and if someone would like to work on creating the page, they could raise the PR and propose it. So discuss during etcd triage. It would be beneficial to surface these diagrams and these ones here on the etcd website under the learning section. Okay, and let's chuck a help wanted on that. Probably a good first issue, actually. Right, team. So if anyone is interested in picking that up, feel free to leave a comment in the issue and happy to assign you. It's a pretty straightforward process to do some markdown edits for a new page, so it'll be pretty easy to do. Jumping forward. We have another good first issue. This one is about as straightforward as they come. So for anyone that is like really new to the project and just wants to get their first contribution in and just get a little bit of a feel for how the website repo works, this is a great issue. All it is updating some links in some of the 3.5 documentation. There's a good summary in here, so really straightforward. Oh no, we've got a comment from Fika. Looks like this can be closed, can it? Let's have a look. So client v2. Oh, okay. All right. That is great news. One less on our list. That is awesome. Okay, on to Bbolt. I found a few this morning that were a little interesting. Let's have a look. So this is a PR that's in flight. I've had a look through it. I've reviewed it. I think it looks really good.
Yeah,
I think it'd just be
actually
good to get a second review.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we already discussed this in the prototype community. You know, we need to transfer all the existing command to the kernel style, but it's a break and change. You know, the user experience may be broken. So we decided to do this when we release 1.4.0.
Okay, let's take a note of that. So during get cd.
Yeah, or actually we have already an issue. We already have existing issue.
So has anyone contacted the contributor here to let them know what's happening?
Yeah, I sent it in the chat. There's an issue. I sent it in the chat.
Okay. Gotcha. So, sorry, just trying to understand, is this PR still something that we want to try and merge soon, or
No, because it's a break and change. Just mention it's a break and change. If we are using the experience will be broken. So we are not going to merge right now. We are going to merge after we release 1.4.0.
Okay, so this will be a break and change. We will hold merging this.
Yeah.
Until we release, yeah, okay, release 1.4.0. Okay. Okay, cool. Nearly there, team. We've got 5 minutes left. Let's see if we can get through these last 3 issues. So this was one a contributor was looking for, I guess it's a feature request around Bbolt transactions. Mustafa, who I think is still on the call, was potentially keen to pick this one up. But it's probably a question for Benjamin on, is it something that we want to try and do at the moment, at least?
Yeah, it's a nice to have. Yeah, it's not priority, but it's nice to have.
So it probably comes down to a question of Mustafa's capacity. If he's got some spare time, feel free to go for it and put forward a proposal, I guess. Bogdan, you've got your hand up?
Is it a quick issue, just add in a stat? Or can you, Benjamin, can you like estimate? Because if this is a quick one, I'll be interested to work on something for Bbolt, since I'm not very familiar with the, I want to kind of get more familiar with Bbolt code.
Yeah, this just is but the first point is not priority, but secondly is nice to have. But I haven't got time to evaluate what's the effort. But I don't expect it to is big change. It might be a small change, probably thousands of lines change. Yeah,
okay,
anyway.
maybe I'll take a look just to. I don't want to commit if it's too large, but anyway, okay, I'll comment on the issue. Thanks.
Cool. Thanks, team. So Yep, it's there. Take a look at it. Might be fairly straightforward to implement, but it's nice to have. So if you had other stuff in your queue that was a little more important, obviously prioritize those. Cool. Okay. Jumping forward, a docs issue. Yeah. So there was a PR raised for this, which ended up being closed. And I just wanted to check, was this issue actually still relevant? Should we still be pursuing some docs for that function? So there's a bit of context, and Benjamin, you probably
We
be the
already have
person to ask on
documents.
this.
We already have documents on the, the README is a good document. The second, the every public method, we have comments above the method.
Yeah.
I don't know what documents the is requesting.
So is it possible to document the behavior of for each as mentioned in?
Yeah, actually, we already have detailed documents in the README. If the contributor already read the README, I believe he don't have such question. Probably, yeah.
Right.
Probably.
Okay. Is it in the main README?
Yeah. Main README. Yeah, detailed documents.
Oh, here it is. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let me just put a link in and just say, I mean, it's a really old issue though. So I'll just say discussed during SIG SCD triage meeting. This is covered by, and we'll close that. Yeah. All right. I think we can close that. Yeah. All right. Okay, there is one more. We are about on time. Let's just have a very quick look. I think it's a very, very quick one. So there's two open issues for Bbolt in relation to support for Plan 9. There's been previous attempts at implementing it, but what we need is a contributor that actually has a Plan 9 environment that they can test stuff out on, or we would need to set up some QEMU kind of like virtualization environment to test it. But anyway, there are two issues that track this, and one of them is a bit more recent. So I was going to propose that we close this one in favor of the other issue, which has a bit more context and kind of spells out what's kind of going on and links to the previous attempts to add support. So yeah, does that sound reasonable, team? Are we happy to just close the old one? What do we think? Probably a question for Benjamin.
Yeah, I need to take a look. Offline.
Okay, all good. Yeah. Okay, team. Well, we are a little bit over time. I'm just having a look at chat. I think I missed a couple of messages there. But anyway, we will be having another session in 2 weeks' time. Many thanks everyone for coming along. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you in a couple of weeks. Obviously, we've got an ordinary community meeting next week, and then another triage meeting in a fortnight's time. So thanks everyone for dialing in and joining in on the session.